India, it's Thursday. Word origin from the Old English for Day of Thunder, named after Thor, the Germanic god of thunder. And according to Hindu mythology, Thursday is said to be the best day to worship Guru, who guides every individual in a right path to reach success with a pure heart. Yes, today is 25th August, which falls on Thursday, the most important day for IDYM's global family. Its second blessed anniversary, its second foundation day of IDYM. I, Mrs. Gayatri Khimani, is really blessed to be in front of you all on such an occasion as a moderator to grace this comprehensive professional development series 6. Hearty congratulations to all and a special congrats to the IDYM family and the team, and special congratulations for the missile man of IDYM, the founder, the tireless tiger of IDYM, Shri Ravi Shankar Kumarji. We have successfully crossed a great milestone, and let's wish ahead great success for all of us. Well, today's topic is entrepreneurship. Let's quickly recapitulate the best sayings of top entrepreneurs. Fora Gray, an American businessman, investor, author, he said, "A goal is a dream with a deadline, and one must build their own dreams, or else someone will hire them to build theirs." I have not failed, I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work by Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, do you all remember him? Yes, an American inventor and businessman. He developed many devices in fields such as electric power, sound recording, motion pictures. He also said genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Well, to listen to the quotes of successful entrepreneurs, the list is on. Actually, no one ever takes any efforts to check out with the people who actually failed to be successful. Community, society, media people, press resources, all are keen to know about the top business people who reached their success after their struggles. Everyone wishes to follow their life history so as to make their own stories, which the life with victorious. But one must realize that each one's life has a different question paper. Do you all agree with me? Yes, surely every individual is having a different question paper, and everyone's success is mixed with their luck, hard work, a strong mind to take the failures, and a rigorous practices. I personally feel that self-determined and self-motivated person will lead to self-made successful businessmen. Some may prefer simple living. Some wants to achieve success, name, fame, and well-established life. So, for the peace lovers, for the simple living people, for a stress-free life, starting up a new venture may not have a least chance. On the contrary, in today's session, if for the people who desire to make a difference in their life by not only achieving success with a new startup, but also to reach a satisfactory level at the end of the day by holding humility on one's best defense. This evening, we have with us Mr. Vishal Kahar and Mr. Ashok Gupta sir as our speakers. If one has a great idea to create a product, and if one invests time and effort in order to value people, and if one can bear all the financial risks, difficulties, and if one has a challenging mind with an intention to make a profit, then they can become a top entrepreneur. I feel this time has come for our great eminent personalities who are willing to give us the knowledge how to become a top entrepreneur. Let us now first listen to our first speaker, Mr. Vishal Kahar, to know more about the same, and let us realize that listening is a powerful way to gain knowledge. Let me introduce him. Mr. Vishal Kahar, founder of Flarehood Cosmos Private Limited, starting his career in the field of aerospace, age of 18, in a startup in Surat. And after getting trained in satellite systems in 2017, he has done various projects on design and development of 1KN biopropellant liquid rocket engine, and was pursuing BSc Physics. That time he had done this. He has also attended various workshops related to designing, fabrication, and also CAD, CAM softwares, etc. In this course, he has participated actively, which has helped to gain good knowledge about the fields, and he was very confident to do better in future. He has also been able to implement mechanical designing skills in his projects. Along with the technical skills, he has been active part of GTU Incubation Center at Gandhi College and also as an associate. Wow, that's very great. A very great personality with us. And I believe he has done a lot in IDYM Foundation. He has done various workshops. Thank you so much for being here, sir. The space is all yours. You can, share your knowledge here.
So, hello everyone, and good evening from Surat, Gujarat. So, I am here going to share a beautiful journey, not just of my life, but the entrepreneurship, which itself is a very beautiful thing because oftentimes when we get to start reading newspaper early in the morning, the first thing we come and say is that there is this problem in India, we should focus on this. And we all have seen Marvel movie, okay, about superheroes. We have seen Superman, Superwoman, Batman, all those superheroes. But the real superheroes that we do not look at are the secret forces, that are working for the development of the entire nation, which is entrepreneurs. So, like, how does it begin? Like, how can one be entrepreneur? Should I need something exceptional? Should I need to be extremely qualified, or do I need to be this or that? No, you don't need to be anything. In fact, you can start a startup. Basically, it is what entrepreneurs do. They find a problem, they have a solution to it, and they start earning from it. And how do they do it? I will explain it later. But let's say we are talking about startup. So the thing is, the startups can be founded by people as young as 8 years old and people as old as 66 years old, which is in fact very surprising because we all say that it is second inning of life because after retiring we always focus on spending time with families or friends. But then there are people who have faced a lot of problem and they come up with some solutions to provide for it. For example, for me, so the Flarehound Cosmos is my startup. And how did I come up with the idea is when I was in Bangalore working on a satellite, small satellite. So we came across a problem that to launch those small satellites, we needed to wait for years, months before getting to launch. And the satellites used to be really small. They would be around 10 by 10 centimeter, 10 by 10 by 10 centimeter cube. So now, not only is the waiting time quite high, but launching them is also expensive. Okay, it is quite expensive to launch them. So we came up with a solution that if we go on with the existing rockets, which are really difficult to make, expensive to make, and ISRO runs on government budget, so they cannot develop the rocket as fast as a private company can. So with that, we started developing ideas like, okay, this can be done, or some particular problems can be done. There are several of factors that are counted in it. Like you will have to see if your solution is possible to execute. You cannot bring a solution that is very, you know, much of a fantasy. Okay, it needs to be real. For example, if you want to start a basic startup, and if you want to see a local example for it, your milkman and the newspaperman, they are the best example you can see around your house. And if you want to see a better startup entrepreneur in your home, then your mothers, they are the best. You know, mother and fathers, they are the basic founder and co-founder of the house, because if one person is finding a problem, the other one comes up with a solution. So yes, that was about how the startups are organized. Okay, now when we come to a journey of startup, so basically I am
Yeah,
not just
we
going
are
to
going to touch them back. Let me just, let me hear what you want to add. I will give you my advice, my input to it. Okay. If you
okay. So I was saying that not only I am going to talk about startup, but the main part is to sustain the journey. Okay, sometime it might take you 6 months to develop a startup, and sometime which has happened with Claround Cosmos is that it took me 6 years from going to from Idym Aerospace to go to Flarehound Cosmos, from testing small rocket motors in some faraway areas of my city to being a guy who had recently had a meeting with ISRO to become a partner for that launch vehicle. So it took me 6 years from one point to get on the other. And
Recording in progress.
oftentimes the thing is that people give up. Okay, so that is a really tough decision, because for people just like me, their startups are their kids. Okay, and you have to nurture it with care, with decision making power, with proper guidance,
Please,
with
sir.
mentorship. It takes a lot to
Sir,
grow your
can you
startup.
please be little louder?
Yes, I can be a louder.
Can you
Am I
be
audible now?
please?
Am I more clear now?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so I am saying that it takes a lot to go from a startup to a business. Okay, so it sometime you might have the problem that you might get lonely. There might be times when you might feel that you are getting nowhere in time, or sometime you might also start thinking that your idea is not going to work. And these are all the situations that I have faced in real time. So it is really important to sustain during this time. Okay, so how do you deal with all this emotion? So the first thing is that you need to believe in yourself. Okay, that is the most important factor that you need to see in yourself. There are several things that I asked myself when I was doubting my capability of owning a startup. Recently, it just got registered with a private limited in January of 2022. So it took a lot of decision for me to have it. So I asked me if my idea is strong enough to stand for, or is my capability strong enough that I would be able to convince. the people that needs to work on this thing, like going to Israel, it wasn't easy thing. So I had to travel around 229 kilometer from my city to Ahmedabad, and then I had to travel another 12 kilometers there, and another 4 kilometer walking to reach the headquarters there, where I had the meeting. And when I got there, the hard work pays off. So when I reached there, the deputy director asked me if I came there just to have a meeting with them about the idea I have. So they gave me time. They listened everything I had to say, and then they agreed that okay, my idea is worth doing, and it is a good like it can be converted into a really great business for Indian space companies. And that is why I think if you want to become an entrepreneur, the first thing you will have to do is to rigorously test yourself, test your capability with every passing moment. Okay. So an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur, is like uh, happily accepting a lot of pain in your life, and falling in love with them, because when you start getting success, okay, you start realizing that all the pain that you have had till now, they are paying off. You see the change that you want to bring come to you. Like me being invited here to give talk about entrepreneurship is something that I really love doing. I love helping students to start their business, and that is why I have got here by sustaining through all those things. So apart from this, the main thing I have seen in students when they want to start a startup is from where to begin. So if you had to start with an ideation, okay, you have to basically have an idea. Like if there is a problem, for example, if you are getting a newspaper in rainy season, your doorman is dropping it near your door, it gets wet with the rainwater. So you come up with an idea that there should be something waterproof that can protect your this newspaper. So you create a small box, just a basic small box out of plastic or metal, and you start using it. So that becomes a minimum viable product. Okay, it becomes a prototype or minimum viable product, which is a solution. Okay, it is not really expensive, it is very much easy and easier for people to purchase, affordable as well. So now people will come to you and ask you, with people with same problem will come and ask you if they can have the similar kind of box, or they will ask you where did they you get it from. And that is how you start gaining your market. Okay, it becomes very much of a train journey after that. Like once you get a customer, then you start getting another one. So after a few more customer, you start uh, thinking more on the idea, like how to purify the idea. So till now you were just able to have newspaper in them, or it was just a basic design. So now you start designing much attractive post box for people to post newspaper in. So now that becomes your new product. Okay, so that is how a journey from idea gets converted into a minimum prototype, which gets converted into a minimum viable product, which is called MVP. So now MVP becomes something that you can interact with customers. Okay, so now you have sold a few, like 50, 60 boxes. So you get feedback from customers. Now, how do you feel after using it? How affordable it was for you, or how is using the box changing your experience of having your newspaper. Or if you go further developing it, and you tie up with post office, then you can make a local post box. So if a person wants to post a letter, they don't have to go to post office. You can just keep it in your letter box, and they will collect it from there. And that is something which is very similar to what the American people do. Okay, the Americans have the system where they post the mail van comes every morning, collects all the letters and from the post box, and they take it to the post office to get it processed. So that is how you go from basic idea to that. And now you will have another question, like where do I get mentorship from, or I do not have the skills to do it, or I do not have money to do it. So to do that, in India, if you want to start a startup, trust me, no one is as lucky as you, because the Indian government is going to get you a lot of opportunities. For example, Indian government has started Startup India portal, which will get you exemption from tax for up to 10 years. It gets you a lot of benefits. If you want to have a grant, which is basically government funding that you don't have to pay back. Okay, so you get the funding from government, you don't have to pay it back, and you can ask for more. You develop your product with it, you get all the mentorship you want. And if you are in Gujarat, I can say more about Gujarat. In Gujarat, we have another policy which is called SSIP, Student Startup and Innovation Policy. So now what we do is, we have a lot of students in a lot of universities from, Gujarat is quite big. We have a lot of universities and colleges, and ideas are, abundant here. So we have regional centers, we have local centers, state centers, which are called incubation center, which was something that I was an associate with. So my particular task was entrepreneurship development, to develop an idea into product. But you can go to them, you can explain them your ideas. They help you to find if it can be patented. Okay, so now coming to the patent. Patent is quite important when you want to have monopoly in the market. So when you have something, okay, for example, if the box that you designed, it is very unique design. Okay, you created a cartoon box which no one has created before, so you get a design patent on it. And after that, no one else can make similar design to you. And just imagine if this particular thing gets in demand, if the kids start getting the thing in use every day, for example in schools, for example in colleges, or kindergartens, kids love cartoons, so they might use it. So now you are selling to all these places where children are supposed to go. So you are getting a monopoly. Okay, monopoly is like you are the boss of the market, and that becomes the main business of your idea. Okay, so now the patent have another benefit. If you sell the patent rights to some other country, you can in fact start earning a passive income. Okay, what do I mean by it? So it is called technological transfer. Okay, so when you sell your patent rights to someone else, for example, if you have a company and you sell it to me, the patent right, so now I can legally make the cartoon boxes, but now I am giving you 50% of the income that I am earning from that box as a loyalty. Okay, so that becomes a passive income, and you can keep working on different things. So with that, the basics of entrepreneurship is over. And if there is any doubt that you want to clear, or any other thing that you want to know about, you can always contact me on my LinkedIn. I am always available there. So with that, I end my presentation.
Thank you very much, sir. That was really very informative. We have another guest, but before going into the other speaker, we would like to recapitulate what our speaker, Mr. Vishal sir, had given us. first point, what he said is rigorously we have to test ourselves. That is very important. The next point is happily accepting the pain. So I think that is a bit difficult because any kind of pain that is there that cannot be taken with happiness. But yes, we have to take it because you have given us that tip for becoming a top entrepreneur. And falling in love with stress, anxiety, failures in the initial stage. That's amazing, sir. You're giving us all kind of tips. So those who are interested to become a top entrepreneur must follow these tips. Keeping in mind the fact that winners never quit and quitters never win. Let's get into the next speaker. We have the next speaker, Dr. Ashu Gupta, sir. He's a world educationist. He's into Guinness World Book of Records and also in OMG Book of Record holder in 2021. Owner and chief editor of educational monthly newspaper Vidyalaya, Dharpan, Mumbai. Founder of 3 colleges in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Motivational speaker, guest speaker, like Prime Time, Mindset, Idym Foundation, and many more. He is also a social activist, continuous 3 times educational award winner from Thailand government, Best Principal Award 2 times from Madhya Pradesh, Best Teacher Award. He was also a Maharashtra Chief of IDYM Foundation, Maharashtra Chief of National Human Rights of India, Brand Ambassador for Aesthetics International, Indian Icon 2021 Award, Nalanda Award 2021, and many more awards. From last 28 years, he is in the field of education. His qualification is, he has done his PhD and his specialization in mathematics. Sir, there is one similarity. Even I have done my MSc specialization in mathematics. A very well-known speaker. The space is all yours. Go ahead, sir.
First, I thanks to today's moderator, Gayatri Khemani Madam, to giving me to say a few words on entrepreneurship. And I congratulate to IDYM Foundation for the second year of completion. And I congratulate to whole team or all the members who is running IDYM Foundation. So I'm thanks to Ravi sir to giving me today's opportunity to say the few words of the entrepreneurship. See, every person is educated, and in today's time, everyone is know the importance of each and every field. But entrepreneurship is a one different part. It is some of a small business that you can start with your areas that you are important in your areas. Suppose you are a teacher, so you having the idea about that, so you can start with in that field. If you are having a small shopkeeper, then you also start with your that field also. So it is a not a different kind of I want to share the some. I want to share the some PPT for the related with this entrepreneurship.
Yeah. You need any technical help, sir?
Yeah. I want to share that my PPT. related with this?
Can I request the technical team to kindly make him the host, please?
Yes, madam.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sound. Okay, it is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Okay. So first we can understood what is the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the ability and the readiness to the develop, organize, and run a business enterprise along with any of its uncertainty in order to make a profit. The most prominent the starting of a new business. There is a some different kind of the thing in economics. Entrepreneurship connected with the land, labor, nature resources, and capital can generate a profit. The entrepreneurial vision is defined by the discovery and risk taking and is a indispensable part of a nation's capacity to success in a ever changing and the more competitive global marketplace. Entrepreneurship is the Joseph Ellis, the scheme Peter is the father of entrepreneurship. He introduced what is the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, one of type of a small business. This entrepreneurship is divided into four categories. First, a small business entrepreneurship. This business are a hairdresser, grocery stores, travel agent, consultants, the carpenter, plumber, electrician, etc. These people run or own their own business and hire a family member or local employees. For them, the profit would be able feed their family and not making 100 million business or taking over and the industry. They fund their business by taking a small business loan or loan from friends and family. This type of business mostly run in India. Many people categories of this carpenter, electrician, they can doing this one. On the second, the scalable startup entrepreneurs. The startup entrepreneur start a business knowing that their vision can be changed the world. They attract the investor who think and encourage people who think out of the box. The research focus on a scalable business and the experimental models. So they hire the best and the brightest employees. They require more venture capital to fuel and the back their project or business. Such type of business is just like Amazon and Flipkart. This type of business, they are under this category. Now, third one is the large company entrepreneurship. This huge company have defined a life cycle. Most of these companies grow and sustain by offering a new innovative product that revolve around their main product. The change in technology, customer preference, new competition, etc. build pressure for large companies to create and the initiative product and sell it to the new set of customers in the new market. To cope with the rapid technological changes, the exciting organizations thereby innovation, enterprise, or attempt to construct the product internally. And the finally, or the last, which one? Change the social entrepreneurship. This type of entrepreneurship focus on producing product and services that resolve the social needs and problem. Their only motto and goal is to work for the society and not make any profit. After that, we having the characteristic of a entrepreneurship. There is a characteristic whatever the going on this entrepreneurship. First is ability to take a risk. Entrepreneurship is they having the highly risk. If we are start any business, so behind that business we having a risk. So we having a first condition, we having the that our self uh, thinking to ability to take a risk. And second thing, the innovation. Innovation is a very important, I we can say that the soul of entrepreneurship. Third is the visionary and leadership quality. For any kind of entrepreneurship, that is a small or big, we having a vision. For that, we having the leadership quality to how can maintain that business. And fourth one is the open-minded. Open-minded means for the growth our business, we can having the to follow the both condition, profit and loss, or we can think positively and negative also. We can think what is the loss behind and what is the profit behind this business. Fifth one is the flexible. In this, there is a flexibility between the many circumstances. And sixth one, know your product. First, this is a very important thing that we can know what is our product and what is the use of this product and how can we can maximize our product in the market. So this is the main basic characteristic of entrepreneurship. And lastly, the importance of the entrepreneurship, creation of employment. Entrepreneurs generate the employment. It provides an entry level job required for gaining experience and training for the unskilled workers. Secondly, innovation. It is a hub of innovation that provide a new product, ventures, market, technology, and quality of good, etc., and increase the standard of living of people. Third one, impact of society and community development. A society become a greater if the employment base is a large and the diversified. It brings about changing in society and promotes facilities like higher expectation. On the education, better and sanitation, fewer slums, a higher level of the hometownship. Therefore, entrepreneurship assists the organization towards a more stable and high quality of community life. After that, increase the standard of living. Entrepreneurship helps to improve the standard of living of a person by increasing the income. It is a very simple thing. If our family income is increased, so our standard is of living is also good, become better and better. The standard of living means increase in the consumption of various good and services by a household for a particular period. Finally, the very important thing of entrepreneurs support research and development. New product and service need to be reached and tested before launching in the market. Because our product launching in a market, we can go through with first test what is the result, what is the plus point, what is the minus point. Mostly we can talk about the what is the benefit of our product for the people, for the uh, uh, for the another, how can they take a benefit of our product uh, in large scale or many percent, or if we are develop our product in a such a that in market they demands more. So for that purpose we can first test it and find out the 95 the positive result of their product. Therefore, an entrepreneur also dispenses finance for research and development with a research institution and universities. This promotes research, journal construction and development in the economy. Really, it is a everything is depends on research. If our research for any product or the any field of that field is in rubber, leather, cement, or any kind of field, if their research result is good, so their product also are good, and they can run a long time in a market. So this is a few of my knowledge, which is based on the entrepreneurship. I can given my knowledge, and I can stop today's uh, my topic related with the entrepreneurship. So thank you again, and I am stopping to my topic, which is the relative with entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an initiative talk. You have taken more efforts to make us understand and the meaning of entrepreneurship. It is its characteristics, the types, the causes, and the importance. Thank you so much for making us feel very comfortable. I hope each and every one are going to now dream, they're going to do hard work, and they're going to get explored. Now, I feel there are many more people who would like to share their views and ideas on that. Are there anyone willing to join as a speaker right now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Greetings. How are you?
Fine, and you?
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for being here on IDYM. And the people, those who have joined today, especially as a speaker and the moderator, are really very blessed because today is second foundation day of IDYM. Thank you so much, ma'am. You can speak on this.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to say happy anniversary to IDYM group of companies for their second anniversary. I just wanted to add.
You're a part of this IDYM global family, ma'am. Same to you.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So this topic on entrepreneurship, I am an educator myself. So I thought that I could add a bit more about entrepreneurship on the education side, whereby I can talk about entrepreneurship education, because we want to impart skills to children, so that they can also, when they grow up, we are preparing for their future. So when I talk about entrepreneurship focused education, this is a type of education which involves us as teachers equipping our students, imparting to our students some skills whereby they can use them beyond the classroom walls. And as the former speaker talked about entrepreneurship, we know that entrepreneurship involves whereby you are turning an idea into a business opportunity. And most of the people take risks by turning their ideas. And when we are talking about ideas, we are talking about, we go back to what we call innovation, whereby you are introducing something new. You are introducing an idea, you are introducing a service, or you are introducing a method or a strategy. So with entrepreneurship focused education, it is a type of education whereby yesterday we're talking about life skills for our CPD, whereby we inculcate those skills to children, which teach them to be creative and find innovative ways to approach problems or find solutions to problems they face. And then also it's quite important because it equips our students with skills to solve real life problems they face in their community or in their lives. And mostly we know that something that is participatory, it ignites their curiosity, it ignites their enthusiasm. So entrepreneurship education imparts in our children skills like collaboration. We know we have got confident public speakers like Manat. That's entrepreneurship education. It teaches them critical thinking. I think 2 days ago we were talking about critical thinking and then problem solving, and it's more of student-centered, and it uses the participatory method of teaching. And one of the skills that we impart in children is empathy, and then as well as we equip our children with skills to accept failure is in their lives. So in entrepreneurship education, for example, in colleges, children are exposed to case studies. They are given a case study and they go in groups and discuss about it. They also are exposed to problems. They are also equipped with they understand the product development cycle, like what the former speaker said, and they come up with their own business proposals, and then they deliver their presentations. Then it prepares the student for an uncertain future, and it will help them to navigate in future. Their uncertain future encourages creativity, innovation, and collaboration. For example, students learn to identify problems, and as educationists, we must link our curriculum or our curricula to real world business challenges. For example, the curricula that we are following right now in Zimbabwe for our children is young from grade 6 level, that's about 10, 11, 12 years. For when they leave school, they write an examination. It used to be a theoretical examination, but now they have also introduced the practical aspect, whereby they call them the continuous assessment learning areas, because they will carry them on to high school. So what happens is that they will ask the children to identify problems in the society. and then they come up with solutions. They come up with a project. They come up with a research. They come up with a model that can be used to solve those problems. For example, if maybe the road that they are used to go to school, there are so many accidents, they can go and do some statistics there. They can go and count how many cars. There's a more of research. They can draw diagrams. They can then come up with maybe solutions to the what is causing the accident. Is it because we need a roundabout? Is it because we need some robots? Or it is because we need a bypass road that goes another route? So the children come up with solutions. So the schools or universities or educational institutions maybe can also attach students to some organizations, to some companies, whereby they can go and learn. And then besides that, we can also invite business executives to our schools for career development. From there, we can also make some children might like to join those careers, and they can work towards them. Then we should also, maybe, I've gone to schools in America. I've got my granddaughter there. They've got what we call industrial parks in the school, whereby they've got some buildings that are reserved. If someone wants to go and study,
I think ma'am is facing some technical glitch.
Can I speak?
I think, yeah, she's facing some technical glitch. Meanwhile, we can have the next speaker with us. Prasad sir is willing to share his ideas and views on entrepreneurship. Sir, please go ahead, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Gayatri ji, for giving me this opportunity. This is a wonderful place to be in. Before I take off, my heartily congratulations to IDYM team on its second anniversary. And you guys are doing great work. Keep it doing, because we all need a lot of good stuff, and we need to engage the global folks on this kind of subjects called innovation and entrepreneurship. And I applaud your initiation on these fronts. I hope you guys are able to hear me well. Is that okay?
Yes, sir, you're audible. You can go ahead.
So, if possible, I just want to run a few slides, and at the same time, I would like to know how much time I can do it so that I wouldn't occupy others' time.
So you can take 5 to 10 minutes.
Wonderful. Let me check. One second. Please bear with me. This is a surprise thing, so. So mostly I will be talking about innovation and entrepreneurship at the global scale in a briefest form possible. I know it's tough to cover everything today, but I'm hoping that we would do this in a fascinating way sometime later. But for today's sake, I'm trying to show what I have on my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully that would pop up. Okay, so, sorry. Sorry for taking a little bit time here. I would like to talk on entrepreneurship with a global mindset. We all talk about entrepreneurship, but it has different mindsets, right? So a little bit about me. I did masters in organic chemistry from Bhavnagar University, Gujarat, and I don't know why I got this. I'm an entrepreneur initially, and I always did something. I'm not suggesting you guys to do this. I always did what my manager told me not to do, and I ran away with a few innovations. Trust me, you have to be careful in
Maybe
doing
that's
these
so
things.
that you have believed in yourself completely. Maybe is that so that you have believed yourself completely.
Right, it's not that, but again, yeah, you have to have belief system, and also it has to be logical. And trust me, your logic may not be working also. These are all intricate things that we have to have in mind with humiliation and respect on our management also. It's not that you are overriding their wishes, but you keep thinking and do something different than what your peers do. That's what I did. Of course, to get there, you have to eliminate the fear of failure to begin with. So that's all. That would turn you from entrepreneur to entrepreneur. Sorry, intrapreneur to entrepreneur. So that's the first step I took, and I have invented processes just like that, and I had fun with that because most of the time I have a final laugh on changing a product or process or innovating new processes, etc. So I also worked in IT, and there also I did the same experiment. So I am trying to bring this global perspective because of my experiences. But whatever I say, I am a born social entrepreneur. I started my first entrepreneurship taste by distributing milk packets to door. You know what it means in 1980s? That's what I did. I earned money by delivering milk to doorstep every day, and I charged 10 rupees per household. And I made money, but again, I found a family that is struggling for meeting their means, and I gave my business to them. That's how I got first taste of my social entrepreneurship enigma, I would say. So from there onwards, I started doing that kind of thing. So I bragged about myself that I am a different kind of social entrepreneur because I'm not linked with the money, but it is all about social impact. So that's one thing that I can tell what I did in my past. Currently, I lock myself for this kind of attitude with 7 or 8 startup incubators in US, 3 or 4 startup incubators in India, including T-Hub. My mission is to promote entrepreneurship in a different way so that we all could thrive given the current political, geographical, and climatic situations that we are in. So I want to bring people to this people attention to this cartoon, how things work in US in general. We have universities, entrepreneur incubators, partners, corporates, enterprise, and sponsors and venture investments on the left hand side, and on the right hand side, there are some exit proposals, new entrepreneurship, startup promotions, positioning of potential exits and mergers and acquisitions, technology intelligence, landscape analysis. In between this, there are so many links that operate around the IP, intellectual property of the power of idea. So if you could create intellectual property around your idea, you can actually control the quality and the future revenues of your idea around the globe. That would be a good thing. By the way, why we prize Bill Gates and Sundar Pichai's? Not because they are Indians. They are the intellectual powerhouses. They are not buildings. It is all about intellectual property. Why Western countries are rich again? Because of the intellectual property strength. That's how we need to build India also to be an intellectual property powerhouse. So there are different ways to get there. How you get funded. These are all the intricate things that you have to deal with in making an IP worthwhile. And having seen all those things, don't think this is an easy thing. Well, sometimes it is an easy thing also if you are lucky, But I would like to gently remind that Sir James Dyson has created 5,127 prototypes. I repeat again, 5,127 prototypes. That's when he got successful, and you know the story of Dyson. In fact, today they have world's best innovation prize award every year that they give away few millions of dollars for a winner on the name of entrepreneur. But today, with that kind of hard work, they are running a business more than 7 billion around the globe. So that's the hard work, that's the smartness. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's a little bit tough. The reason why I say this is, as it is fun, it also have some kind of persistence, consistency and vision, future vision. They have done that with the vision of success at the end of the day. That's why they are where today. So the startup funding would be made easy in few things like pre-seed funding, like family, friends, and relatives. And then the seed capital would be raised. Then angel investors would come around to fund you beyond you raise beyond you need 100K after coming up with an MVP, as our previous speaker told. And then a venture capital investment would come into the picture. Then you can also have your idea financed with bridge loans and mezzanine financing, etc. Then ultimately, if you want to go bigger, you would go for stock exchange, money through stock exchange, the so-called IPOs, etc. So that's basically public offering. I hope you are with me. Then you would be also working initially with the incubators, cohorts with no fee and no equity also. Cohorts with fee would also help you to get through the financial needs of your idea. That means they would introduce you to angels and VCs down the road. So if you want to break, after you got that money, and if you want to grow globally, you will be creating value-added resellers for your products or services, and you will be building partnerships with the different companies around the globe, and you would be starting satellite offices or maybe another office, registering offices in different parts of the world. And you need not rush for everything, but again, you could figure out co-working space in other parts of the world to join their incubators and accelerator to raise money in foreign land as well. So my premise today is to focus on environment, because this is big deal nowadays. We are getting a lot of opportunities soon on environmental side of it, because we are in this global warming situation. It is going to harm everybody. So we need to pay attention to all these technologies that would actually safeguard our environment. That means a lot of innovation and entrepreneurship in that direction. So I would certainly help anybody who is looking into these things, because I worked in different areas, including smart cities. I would certainly help on these things. By the way, our few previous speakers talked about collaborations, etc., including education. I'm also a mentor at universities, where I mentor undergrad, grad students to make sensible innovation so that they would create very good products, keeping environment in mindset, because without protecting the environment, we can't survive. So this is something that we need to keep in mind forever, from now onwards at least. So the innovation is going to take a different direction from now onwards. Even the funding availability would be only available more to the green tech companies in the near future. It is coming in a big way. I advise everybody to be prepared to take advantage of such opportunities globally. And we need to incorporate UN SDGs also into in your business SDGs. In your business models. These would actually help companies to understand the CSR and ESG kind of approaches, so that they would quickly hop onto the global opportunities. And we are coming out of COVID. We all know this thing. This cartoon would give us an idea. If we follow sustainable strategies, meaning adopting green technologies and updating our knowledge and also the technological developments from here onwards, there would be a quick recovery. On the right-hand side top, you see the recovery in V-shape. If we don't follow and if we have weak sustainability angle in our business model with weak regulatory frameworks around it, like PCB in India, we have strong rules, but again we often ignore those rules, polluting our own country. The reason why I talk about this is I'm from India, and my heart breaks when I hear there are about 20 cities out of 30 cities in the world. 20 cities from India are highly polluted. I want to change that. We want to change that. We don't want to live in pollution anymore because it is very, very dangerous to our health also. There is no meaning in earning more money and spending more money on healthcare for our unforeseen cancer issues, etc. So I hope you would open your mind in this direction and try to prevent or eliminate the pollution from your business plans, at least from now onwards. This picture is a global picture, global recovery picture, and elections are won on this concept today, including US elections. So I strongly recommend you guys should work towards sustainability and green technologies so that your idea would live forever on this planet. And it is a great service to the Mother Earth as well. So let's join our hands in doing such a great stuff. And fixing stigma on failures is important. We have to overcome, 90% of people would love to work for somebody in India. With that kind of attitude, we can't really generate intellectual property, right? So if we want to be a powerful intellectual property engine like US, like UK or Germany or even China, our ascent with China started at the same time. Look at where they are. China is competing with the US almost. They are actually surpassing this year. They have surpassed, to be honest. So we have to get into that kind of tough competition, but we are ignoring that part. I know we are catching up, but the point I'm making is we have to sprint faster to catch those things. When you lose a battle, you lose a battle. So if somebody has taken up your idea and is running ahead of the game, in comparison, we end up like losers. I want India to progress in this direction. The reason why I say that is we have Aryabhatas and Sushrutas when world hasn't even opened their eyes, right? And we have Nalanda University and what else? Takshashila University in India. Where are we now? Why can't we come back? This is our time, folks. Let's work on that direction so that we can make things different from now onwards. We are on the 75th year of our independence. We got to get our IP independence as soon as possible so that we can fly our flag really high in the world scenario. So now it's time for action. Shift from service nation to innovation nation. More innovation incorporating environmental safety would give you an edge. The reason why I kept on saying on this thing is India is traditionally a sustainable mentality civilization. So somewhere along the lines we lost that traction. So we have to come back to our roots, and we have to do so much green technologies strengthening our economy because we inherently have that strength. So let's refresh our minds. Let's not run after fancy stuff. And I'm not saying that you have to live so very, very simply, sacrificing everything that you have. But again, everything in moderation helps everybody, right? That includes pollution prevention. So encourage transparency to get information out and openness so that we can always learn from each other and thrive in innovation promotion. Focusing more on basic research would also help us to gather our own strength. That's where the real strength is. Creating healthy culture to compete with all fair practices would also become a powerful innovation and entrepreneurship engine. So with all that, I sincerely thank the management of IDYM for giving me this great opportunity to present in front of you. And I hope I told you a few things you might not looking at yet. So thank you for opportunity again, and congratulations again IDYM for the second anniversary.
I think we have lost our moderator.
Okay, let me.
Hello, Chi ma'am. Good evening to you. Hello, Patricia ma'am. Good evening to you. How are you?
Fine.
Yes.
Let me,
Yeah,
while she's away, the two speakers or the speakers are here, so they can take, let's just interact. I was just wondering that, just to ask them, we talk about entrepreneurship, and I know it's from entrepreneurship that you get entrepreneur. Why is it important that we have entrepreneurs? Why is entrepreneurship important? What, after that, somebody can also answer, what are the benefits of entrepreneurship? Thank you.
Can I answer that?
Yeah, anybody, please?
Okay, so the benefits of entrepreneurship is not only in solving a problem or creating the business, but it is basically the entire journey, which is what is the main fruit. So for example, uh, sowing a seed to get a particular food is not the thing that we dream of, but it is learning about the agriculture, which is more important, which lets you grow the crop in any season that you want to, whichever crop you want to, or whenever you want to. Okay, so you learn the know-hows of everything. You learn how to use fertilizer, you learn how to use irrigation systems, you learn a lot of different things. Similarly, for example, my startup is a technological one. So learning about psychology was never my niche. I am a student of physics and a student of aerospace. Okay, so I have never been a psychology one, but while working on this, I had several mindset change. Like for example, when you face a failure, so it is quite important how you deal with a failure, because at point people do give up as well, which we never want to. Okay, so now just taking an example that I started my startup at the age of 18, which I actually did. So at the same age I had a lot of friends. I chose a different path of life. Instead of going to a normal college life, I chose to go with a startup. So after years of working, now my friends are looking for jobs. They are looking for opportunities, or they are looking for skills to inculcate in themselves. But when I started my entrepreneurship journey, I told my ideas to people. They would scrutinize it. They would criticize it. They would point out every flaws that I had. So it forces me to improve and to work on my skills. And now it has worked so fine with me that I can introspect myself. And I can, in fact, point out single flaws that I have with my personality or with the way I am dealing with people. and it is not just going to help me with the thing that I am the company that I have founded, but the person that I am. And that is why if you ever go in a company, they would definitely look forward to hire an entrepreneur rather than a normal college fresher, which is because the person has not only the skill set which is required to do the certain task, but it is also that the mindset of the person helps in leading the people. We need more leaders than followers now. And a recent quote that I have read is that when one teaches to learn, and an entrepreneur is basically a teacher that figures out and pinpoints the problem of people and teaches how to solve them. So in that journey, a person has a spontaneous growth. And in fact, when we talk about this was all the personal growth, personal benefit. But as a community, when you all are developing startups, when you are scrutinizing and debating about problems, you become an essential growth cell of the entire nation. You start figuring out the problem. See, let me give you an example. If there is a particular area in a region, for example, in Surat, there used to be problem of this electricity and water. So we had saline water. So people came up with several ideas of water purification and this. So now it not only brought business to those people, but it has made life for us way easier. In fact, now the same technology can be used in a lot of part of world to have potable water from sea, from drainage system, from rivers, from anywhere. So water is very much essential. And now see, that is the beauty. When you start solving a problem, you are basically solving not just yours, but your families, your friends, your community's problem as well. So in short, you are being the biggest helper and the contributor to your own nation's success. So yes, those are the benefits.
Okay. Apart from the benefit, I talked about the okay. Maybe you should let us know the characteristics of entrepreneurship. What characterizes entrepreneurship?
Yeah, if I may, I can tell in a simplistic way.
Yes, please.
Being an entrepreneur, you can achieve three things. You can stand on your own feet. You can offer employment to your friends and colleagues, whoever are smart, and of course to create economy in your local community, and you would be a pride of your nation also, and you would enjoy life. Third is you would enjoy life by helping others. That means you are not only giving employment but also providing them a meaningful pathway to take care of their lives and your colleagues' life and their families, and also making a nation rich. Simple, and it is very everything. Thank you.
And building a good society as well.
Yeah, we have another speaker, Dr. P.K. Rajput, sir. He doesn't require any kind of introduction, but yet I would like to introduce him. Greetings, sir. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So I think let us talk to the point, right, Gayatri, ma'am, because instead of that, because it is more on such a wonderful topic. So first of all, please accept my respect and regard, Gayatri, ma'am. And congratulations for IDYM, Ravi ji, Denulasmi for the second year of this thing. And very happy to listen, which is started by Mr. Vishal Kahar, and Ashok ji has followed, and Patricia ma'am, fantastic, fabulously you said about it, and Mr. Prashad, because you told about your journey from 1980. So I was listening very, very carefully, right? And I really love and resonate. And Uchi ma'am, you are always awesome, great. Your questions are on the, you bang on the questions, right? So that is the beauty of yours, right? And I always speak that, yes, when you talk about entrepreneurship, I say that you have to be a job provider instead of a job seeker. And this is a single one sentence which makes a heaven of a difference across the world, which is very, very important in any person's mind. So I always say that entrepreneurs, they are the people who sees the opportunities where others see the problem. And when you see the opportunity, when others see the problem, so then the planning is very important. And becoming an entrepreneur, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I repeat it. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Because it's very, very clear. Your destiny is very, very clear. Why I'm saying so? Because when I was taking care for the India business, I was the in charge for 100 crore business per month. Today, I am taking care for the international business, where I take care for 1,000 million naira per month business with so many of the people. I'm talking only of the Nigeria. The big business is very, very big, which is in the Indian value, it comes almost 50 crore per month business, which I take care for the international part. So anyhow, so when we work for somebody or when we are on the position, we are ourselves as an entrepreneur, because so many people's life are being depend on us. It is not the owner who is building us. It is we have become the owner. We have become the custodian for making the things happen. So we have to behave like an entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur who can build the people, who can be with the people, who can always help the people so that they should be able to grow in their entire life, and they should also become something in their thing. So my question is that when we talk about the employee and entrepreneur, so it is, let me tell you, it's entrepreneurship is a beautiful, you can say, is an adventure. Why I say adventure? Because it is unpredictable. When we see something which is people are saying problem, so we want to be in that particular part. So it's an adventure, of course. And the entrepreneurs never know that what is going to happen for a time ahead, because 100 people will stop you. But you are a person who would like to take the risk, and you like to see, oh my God, let me see, let me enjoy what will happen. Maximum failure, as on today, we are on 0. And again, we'll be on 0, but something more will be there. So we'll be able to grab the opportunity. And that's what makes the entrepreneurship an adventure. And the actual challenges. Sorry, ma'am.
Accepting the challenges, sir.
Yes, you said it. You said it. Accepting the challenges and judiciously working on the challenges through the right roadmap, with the right set of the mind, with the right time, and seeing that what you are going to do. And when it says, then it always says that what is your strength. So you work on the strength. You saw that if you are good in IT, if you are good in teaching, if you are good in organizing a beautiful schools, whatever it is, your strength is there. So start working on your strength and start developing your weaknesses, right? That is a beautiful way, because when you start working on your strength, nobody will be able to stop you, because you know that what good things you are able to add on the things and how you are able to attribute, which is basically required. So start exploring yourself, invest your time and efforts to create something extraordinary, because that's what it is, an extraordinary which is going to make a difference. Be imaginative, thinking, right? And also the resourceful, which is very important. So at the same time, when you become entrepreneur, when we take care of so many people in the different countries, different language, different things, we always see that whether the pressure is feeding me or we are taking care for the pressure to get out of the things. So entrepreneurship, as an entrepreneur, you have to be a good absorber. You cannot put that entire pressure to your team, because the team will be able to break. And you are not there to break the team. You are here to build the team. And that is another specialized quality of an entrepreneur. Hope I'm not taking your time.
No, sir, it's interesting. You can carry on, sir.
I saw that you are seeing on the upside, maybe the watch, because the watch is always on the upside.
Not watch, sir. Somebody called me.
Because see, another thing which as an entrepreneur we see, that always you keep your eyes, ears open, right? So this is another part of the entrepreneurship is there. When you see the long thing and the short thing, you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to empathize with the other person. There's another very, very important part of an entrepreneurship, because you have to work like a leader. You have to understand the other person's sentiments. You have to understand how the time is running and how you are holding the time, which is very, very important. And the basically thing which already our co-panelist has spoken, that you are a job creator with a happiness. You are feeding the family. You are showing, making such a good culture. You are creating a great citizenship. You are adding the GDP to your country. So many things are there which has to be taken care of by the entrepreneur. And the three important things which I always say, that what we attributes, what we as a person attribute. No, it is not my company, but I am the stakeholder of the company. So I am an entrepreneur, right? And one is the environment. Environment has to be very cohesive, right? There has to be a very inclusive environment should be there. Experience should give you a result. It should not cut you. And third is the education which you are learning from this, your life journey, which has to be put on that, which is going to help and to become a good entrepreneur.